Episode 19, The Battle of Ketil's Farm, is really underwhelming. Well, I'm not talking about the episode. What's underwhelming is the battle itself. When we hear about Vikings War, we are very hyped. We're excited to see a very action-packed scenes as fierce warriors clash and conquer their enemies. We admire them for their skills and bravery to stand and fight any enemies before them. But this particular war, it was anti-climactic. I can't even call it a war. It was a massacre. We left off from the last episode with Ketil so hyped to fight the king. With his newfound confidence as he dominated and almost killed Arnaid, he is now ready to take down Canute. Thorgil also set this brilliant plan to rally all the farmers on their side without them knowing who the enemy is, and the farmers were also stupid enough to follow without knowing anything, only to find out the real situation when they can't take back their decision anymore because of their pride. You can even see these farmers shouting, not really with a brave face, but they look so hesitant. It's very sad to see that people were not able to distinguish between bravery and stupidity. I mean, I understand that there will be times that we need to stand our ground and fight for whatever we want to protect. But in this case, there should have been some genius planning and strategizing to achieve his goal, knowing that he is fighting the king. I've mentioned already in this previous episode that Ketil is unfortunately not built to be a great leader. He stupidly thought that it was a numbers game, thinking that he has 3 times the men Canute has, so he can easily overwhelm his men. But we know that even Canute brought only 100 men. These men breathe and eat war from morning till evening. It's funny that some may think that, oh, in the previous episode, Ketil really turned up with his anger and rage. He might turn around and maybe be able to defeat the king. But this is just very unrealistic. And we know where Vinland Saga shines, and thus the realism it brings. This is not just any anime where character is so angry, even without any battle experience, suddenly get a boost and defeat the villain. Realistically, Ketil's men has 0% chance of winning this war, given that they are fighting Canute's army with brute force, and Ketil didn't even know what's up with his sons. We kinda already know how this battle ends. It's literally a suicide. In this episode, we saw a glimpse of Snake's backstory, how he ended up in the farm, and the truth behind Ketil's lies. While he wanted to discourage his men to fight alongside with him, what happens was the opposite. They switched and rallied to fight. He was quite the opposite of Ketil, and for me, he embodies a great leader. Unlike Ketil, he is honest to his men and his men believes in him and fight for him. I would still call this stupid though, as Snake said, they will lose, but still, this is a very epic scene. Meanwhile, Arnaid is holding for her life. I am very happy to see a very short and sweet moment between Thorfinn and Leif. The reunion we didn't see at all in the last episode. As Leif said, Thorfinn has really come a long way and was very opposite to the person he was the first time Leif saw him. Thorfinn, Einar, and Leif stole Arne to escape with them, but we are very uncertain with her condition. We get to see Arne somehow almost crossing the afterlife as she was with Gardar, Hjalte, and her new baby. The symbolism in Vinland is something I really admire. The way they set up the dark forest representing the life Arne had, full of loneliness and pain, and we get to see Thorfinn and Einar as a wolf and a stag. Wolves are highly instinctual creatures. They represent guardianship and are known for their strong pack mentality and loyalty to their pack members. And this perfectly defines Thorfinn right now as he tries his best to protect both Einar and Arne. The stag, on the other hand, represents masculinity, strength, and power, which is what Einar is in Arne's eyes. Einar protecting him with all his might. It was also very interesting to see Omar's character. He is this coward brat who wants to be a warrior, but with everything that has happened, we now see him able to have full understanding and embracing who he is and what he can and cannot do. Some may say that his character was very shitty, but for me, this is the bravest thing he has done. As Thorfinn said, that he is fine to be called a coward among the Vikings. What Olmar is doing now is the same. Bravery in the wrong place and time is just stupidity. Same with cowardice. If done for the right reason, then it is an act of bravery. We should know when to fight and when to quit, and know that there are battles not worth fighting for. So it is very important to choose our battles. The episode ended with Thorgil trying to sneak up with Canute. Thorgil is just an embodiment of the typical Viking warrior at this era. He just doesn't really care anything other than fighting. He doesn't care the farm, the farmers, nor his family. Whether he wins the battle or dies fighting the king himself, it's a win-win for him. We will see in the next episode how this whole war be concluded. What do you think will happen? Will Canute fall to Thorgil's sneak attack? Will Arneid survive and escape with them? That's it for me. Drop a like and comment if you enjoyed this video. Appreciate if you click that subscribe button, as this will help me a lot. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos.